So you've probably played around with a chatbot like ChatGPT, right? And you've seen how powerful it is. But you've also probably hit that wall. It can talk, but can it actually do anything? That's the huge leap we're talking about today. The jump from just giving prompts to getting real-world actions.
So check this out. An LLM can say something like this. It's perfect, right? You ask it to find the best value croissants in New York City, and it spits out this text that lays out the exact plan to solve your problem. The intent is there, it sounds incredibly smart, and, well, useful. But here's the kicker, right? What if an AI could actually do that? Because right now, even the smartest LLMs, they just hit a brick wall. They can tell you the plan, but they can't take that first step. All right, so let's dive into this. What is the one big limitation holding these incredible language models back from really, truly changing how we get things done?
Okay, so think about it like this. An LLM, for all its brilliance, is basically locked in a text-only box. Its entire universe is just words. It can read text, and it can write text. That's it. It can come up with this amazing detailed plan for how to search the web, analyze data, and give you an answer, but it can't actually open a browser. It can't run a single calculation. It's all this potential with no way to act on it.
Yeah, so it really boils down to this. They can talk the talk, but they absolutely cannot walk the walk. They are text generators, and that's the end of the line. They have no way to interact with the outside world. They can't execute the very plans they come up with. And that's the wall we've been stuck at, well, until now. Okay, so that brings us to the solution. This is the new idea, the framework designed to smash through that wall and finally unleash the LLM's true potential. And it's called an LLM agent. All right, here's the more official definition, but it's really important. An LLM agent isn't just a language model itself. No, it's a whole system built around it. The LLM is the brain, for sure. But the agent system, that's what gives it arms and legs. It's what gives it the ability to actually go out and perform tasks. And this really breaks down the upgrade, doesn't it? A standard LLM, it just generates text. An agent, it executes tasks. An LLM can express what it wants to do, but an agent actually takes action. It's the difference between knowing something and doing something. And that right there is the fundamental leap forward. So a great way to think about it is this. The LLM is like a brilliant CEO. It can strategize, it can plan, it can see the big picture. But the agent is the rest of the company that gives the CEO a team and resources. It gives it tools like a web search, a calculator, or a code interpreter. The LLM decides what to do, and the agent system is the part that actually gets it done. Okay, so how does this whole thing actually work? I mean, how does an agent turn a thought into an action? Well, it all comes down to this really simple but incredibly powerful process called the action loop. So here's the four-step dance it does. Step 1, plan. The LLM figures out the task and makes a plan for the very next step. Then step 2, act. The agent system calls the right tool for the job, maybe a web search. Step 3 is observe. The system gets the result back from that tool. And finally, step 4, repeat. That result gets fed back to the LLM, which looks at it, updates the plan, and starts the whole loop over again until the job is done. Plan, act, observe, repeat. Simple, right? Let's go back to our croissant mission. You can really see that loop in action here. First, the agent uses the web search tool to find bakeries, prices, and ratings. Then it uses a code interpreter tool to crunch the numbers and analyze all that data. And finally, once the analysis is done, the LLM says, "Okay, task complete," and gives you the final answer. See, each step uses the right tool for the job. All right, so a single agent with a toolbox, that's already incredibly powerful. But what happens when you have a really, really complex problem? You know, a task that needs different kinds of expertise all at once? Well, for that, you might need more than just one agent. Yeah, think about something like generating a super detailed financial report. That's not just one job, is it? It's a whole series of specialized subtasks that all require different skills. And it's just like in the real world, right? When a task gets way too complex for one person, what do? You build a team. And in the world of AI, that same idea is called a multi-agent system. And the key word here, the most important word, is collaborate. Instead of having one general-purpose agent trying to do everything, you have multiple specialized agents all working together, with each one handling its own little piece of the puzzle. So let's go back to that financial report. To do this, you'd assemble a team. First up, you've got your research agent. It's an expert at digging up data and documents. It then passes all that info to the analyst agent, which is specialized in spotting trends and finding key insights. And finally, the analyst agent sends its findings over to a writer agent to draft the perfect, well-structured report. See? Each agent crushes its own subtask, and the final result is way better than what any single agent could have done alone.
All right, so let's zoom out. What's the big picture takeaway from all this? Why does this shift from a simple LLM to a whole system of agents matter so much?
This is it, right here, the whole ballgame. For years, AI has been about knowing things. It processes information, it gives us knowledge. But now it's about doing things. It's about taking that knowledge and turning it into real, tangible action in the world. This is a fundamental change in what AI even is and what it's capable of.
You know, we're moving past the idea of just having a smart assistant that we can chat with. We are now building autonomous teammates that we can hand off complex goals to and be confident that they have the tools and the process to see that goal all the way through to the end.
And that really leaves us with one final fascinating question to think about. If you could put together your own dream team of specialized AI agents to tackle any complex goal you can imagine, I mean, anything from planning a trip around the world to launching a new business, what would you have them do? Because the possibilities are really just starting to unfold.